I'm a bit surprised by this in a way that, like I said the other day, I was like, man, CM Punk and Daniel Bryan and whoever else they bring in, I feel like they can be on the side. They really don't need to be involved in a title match. But if these rumors are true, I mean, wouldn't that sort of set that up here? Um, Wednesday's Fight for the Fallen. They talk about the tag team division here on Wrestling Inc. Mark Middleton, and this is coming from Wrestling Observer newsletter though. The plan at one point was for Page to challenge Kenny Omega for the AEW title in the main event of All Out, but now the reports' plans have changed. Page has been rumored for a major singles title run. We've all felt it. AEW has pushed potential world title matches with Christian Cage versus Omega, Eddie Kingston, and Omega possibly for an upcoming Dynamite special or pay-per-view event. Omega's next challenger should be clear soon. I mean, I am shocked. Some people in the comments write, dumb. People don't stay over forever. If you keep holding off, pulling the trigger, people will stop caring, like Ziggler, Braun Strowman, etc. AEW already throwing one of their homegrown under the bus. Color me shocked, says Robert in the chat below that. You know, I am sort of feel this way too. Like I don't know if I believe all this, because I just find it hard to believe that they would actually push the homegrown talent away in that way. But at the same time, this could mean that the championship could be defended not in the main event, right? This could mean that Kenny Omega does take on Adam Page for the title, but that the main event is something else. But so if you're bringing in say you're bringing in CM Punk, which we pretty much figure. So you guys have heard me talk about this for a long time, but there's a brand new feature on YouTube. Down below, it used to be called applause. Now it's called like support or donate or something. I don't know what it's called. Oh, I found it. It's called thanks. When you guys click the thanks button and donate to a video that's already been uploaded, your donation appears in the comments section. The top donos will be promoted to the top of the comments list and will be pinned to the top of the videos. Thank you in advance for any support you guys give. Now back to the video. They bring in CM Punk. He's going to be over as hell. I mean, you could make CM Punk a great heel. You really could make CM Punk a great heel, but he's going to be so over, he's just going to have to be faced by default when he comes in. So if he's faced by default coming in, who's your biggest heel in the company? And I guess, right, the biggest heel right now that's playing that up is Kenny Omega. So you'd want Punk to take on Omega, but Omega's the champion, so that, Adam Page already has a story going with that. So he gets bumped to the side, I guess. I guess that's what's going on here. Again, I don't know why not do so many other things where you basically like, well, no, we're going to bring in Punk, but he doesn't need a title right now. He doesn't need any of that. And I wouldn't either. You know what I mean? When you think about great, when you top guys in the past, their runs all usually start, for a while before they get a championship title match. That's kind of what the second interesting thing is. The first interesting thing about a new guy who blows up and is over with the fans, is always that it's fresh right now, and they can do all these things and be cheered for. And then eventually, the next thing is when that gets boring. Now they're running for the title. So I guess I don't quite get doing the title right away. But then again, if I'm AEW, there's another theory, which is like, I mean, imagine CM Punk holding the AEW championship. That means a lot. That is basically in and of itself a gigantic advertisement. Like one of the biggest advertisements you could have. CM Punk, who everybody knows and talks about, and probably one of the last like major superstars in WWE, but it's like Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, and that's really it. Roman Reigns, I guess, and that's it. Those are them. So CM Punk walking around with the AEW Championship is a massive story, and does good promotion for you. So maybe that's what they're thinking. They're thinking, man, we got to get this belt on this ultimate babyface guy. But we haven't even seen CM Punk wrestle in 7 years and do anything but get his head punched in UFC. So it's going to be interesting to sort of see how this is going to play out, or what's going to happen here, because it's very strange. And I know that, and this is already going to cause some bitterness with AEW fans with Hangman Page. And maybe Hangman Page takes it off of Punk eventually. I don't know if that's what happens. It just seems crazy to talk about Punk before he's ever arrived, or any of this before he's ever arrived, because it was like not that long ago that, like, I won't believe he's somewhere until I see him somewhere. I won't believe it till I see it. Never will believe it till I see it. But then what's happened is they've all but told you he's coming. And they've told you he's coming, basically, 7 different ways, in weird ways. So it's like, it's weird to know it's happening, but I understand why they're doing this, because I said that they might do this. But I thought they would do it with Daniel Bryan. I didn't think they would do it with Punk. I think Punk was going to be the surprise, and Daniel Bryan was going to be the whole, like, he's coming, he's coming. But I guess they went, it's the other way, or it's just wild to me that that's the that it's the other way, especially when we talked about it being that way for so long. But yeah, so I don't know, Adam Page. This keeps happening to Adam Page, though. You notice that? Good God, this guy. Every time he's climbing the top of the mountain, somebody else shows up on the mountain before him. Like, he's. And maybe that's part of the goal, too, is that they'll actually piss off a lot of the fans to build this sort of hype for Adam Page. You know what I'm saying? Like, they took it away again. They took it away again. He's the Conan O'Brien of AEW. They took it away again. They took it away again. And that way, like, you're sort of creating this super over face, homegrown face. The more you kind of screw him, I guess, maybe. That could be what's, that will probably happen at this point. Because people are, as much as people are going to be super hyped up for these new people debuting and things like that, there's going to be a core of people, and even some of the people who cheer for everything, who will think, man, this guy really does get screwed. This is crazy. So, we'll see how that plays out. But tonight is Monetize This, and I will see you guys tonight for Friday night. Monetize This, back on Friday nights this week for Monetize This. And shout out to the king of the wheel, J-Man's Road Rants, and J-Man from KC, man, who is the king of the wheel. Great to see J-Man pick up that honor again with his great road rants. Now he can road rant as the king. And if you guys missed Out of Nowhere last night, that's up on Patreon now. Not only is it up in the video form, but also the audio form is up as well. So you can listen to the audio form of Out of Nowhere right now on Patreon and everything else. Thanks for being patrons, guys. Out of Nowhere next week on Patreon, and more coming to Patreon this week as the Return of Corrupted podcast happens as well. So look for that. We have the Corrupted questions ready to go, and the podcast being ready. We just got to get a couple surprises in store for everybody. So that'll be a lot of fun. And I'll see you tonight live for Monetize This. Bring your drinks and your hookers. It'll be a lot of fun. Here's some other videos you might have missed popping up right now. Monetize This tonight here on the Joe Cronin Show. And what do you think? Leave in the comments below.